Done. It's done. Oh, there we go. Right. Done. Put that away. Right. There we go. Right. I'll just rush out for a moment. It's very quiet even on Zoom. I don't know what happens. Normally on Zoom there are more people.
As if by magic they're all arriving now. The bus must have turned up.
I just want to ask, where did you hide them? Hello. A lovely picture.
Yeah,
Wish you long life, Robin.
thank you.
Yes, indeed. So I'll just rush out. I'll be back. Right, so we will be starting shortly, but most of the congregation is in the kitchen. A proper Jewish community where most of the congregation is in the kitchen. So I'll see if I can get some people to come in, and then we can start. You did your cooking. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Put it on the table. Pancakes.
I haven't done my cooking, so I need to. Pancakes, that is very nice. Yeah, it's very Dutch actually. Pancakes.
That's not my favourite country.
No, particularly not with what happened. Ugh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely not. I have my doubts.
Yeah. So, for those of you on Zoom, I'm going to try and get a congregation in here, and then we will start.
Good luck, Barbara.
Yes. Yeah, yes. Oh, gosh. So, would you like to light the candles for us?
I haven't got a scarf though.
Don't worry, would you want to wear a kippah?
Yes,
Yes, I'll get you a kippah.
You'll tell me when to come up?
Yes,
I'll tell you when to come up.
here we go.
Yes, there are.
So, and I just need to check one thing. Normally, we have, nearly done. Okay.
You're not warden.
Sorry?
There's not a warden.
Normally I have a warden, but my warden is not here. I have a very, very fantastic online warden, but he can't materialize from online here. So, I will open it. Oh, Charlie, you want to help me with opening the ark doors? So let's all stand when we sing Matovu on page 160. Matovu, 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 Halecha, Yaakov, Mishknotecha Yisrael, Mishknotecha Yisrael, Vani berov chastecha avo veitecha eshtachave el hechal kodshecha beiratecha el hechal kodshecha beiratecha. We just sang, how good are your tents, your sanctuaries, O Jacob, and your homes, those of you in your homes joining us, O Israel. And we keep on standing because now we just kind of declared holy space. We're now going to make holy time by lighting the Shabbat candles.
to Adonai, and Melech Haolam, Asher Kiddushonu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lahadlek neshel Shabbat. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Please be seated. Now, there's something, in a way, I think quite beautiful about the fact that I couldn't find the candles for Shabbat. Normally we have a box with candles, but it wasn't. But there were just these two small ones. And it just reminds me of the story of Hanukkah. And let's see if it will keep on alight for the whole service. I think there's a little miracle somehow in it. So I've asked you to go to page 160. Of course, that was wrong. We are instead on page 100. And now we're going to page 104. Actually, I had intended to go and read one of the meditations first. But I was trying to find everyone, and everyone was in the kitchen and everywhere. But that's something beautiful about it too, because the meditation that I had chosen was on page 18, and it was by the very famous medieval philosopher and poet Yehuda Halevi, and he wrote, "Lord, where shall I find you? High and hidden is your place. And where shall I not find you? The world is full of your glory. I sought your nearness with all my heart, I called you. And going out to meet you, I found you coming to meet me." And somehow for me, that was very profound. First of all, doesn't matter whether you're here or in the kitchen, God's everywhere. So it doesn't matter if we started this service already. But also I feel this is very much answering to the portion that we read today, the portion Lech Lecha, where God speaks to Abraham. And we always wonder, why did God do that? But somehow that is because Abraham sought or spoke or found God as well. So this is a little bit of meeting halfway in that. And so with those feelings, we are here. And we turn to page 104, this lovely song for Shabbat. It's also about meeting. This is a song that is about the angels of Shabbat. There is this whole tradition that says there are special angels on Shabbat. We also have a special soul, an extra soul on Shabbat. This sense of heightened spirituality. And that we bring in Shabbat with all its loveliness, all its warmth, and these extra angels somehow. And therefore we sing Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet. We welcome those, whatever it is that we welcome in that makes Shabbat so special. And for you, Charlie, this particular day, which you will do your bar mitzvah, you become an adult, which you've really chosen. It's really your choice to be here today, which I think is really amazing. Will bring in that extra sense of spirituality. Page 104. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bo'achem leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi מלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. And we turn to page 116 to Psalm 98, which is one of the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat, of welcoming Shabbat. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה, הושיע לו ימינו, וזרוע קודשו. הודיע אדוני ישועתו, לעיני הגויים גילה צדקתו, זכר חסדו ואמונתו לבית ישראל. ראו כל אספי הארץ את ישועת אלוהינו, הריעו לאדוני כל הארץ, פיצחו ורננו וזמרו, זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור בקול זמרה, בחצוצרות וקול שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, ירם היום ומלואו, תבל ביושבי בה, נהרות ימחכו כף, יחד הרים ירננו, לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, במים במישרים. די 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 די. These are the best words. Die, die, die. We call that we call that just music, and it comes from the soul. So we go to Lechadodi, which is the song that traditionally the Kabbalists would sing in Tzfat, all dressed in white. They would go out in the fields to welcome the Shabbat in their midst. And so we still have this tradition. We only sing the black verses, skip over the blue ones. But when we come to the last ones, we actually have the tradition to stand up and turn to the door to welcome in the Shabbat bride. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שמו וזכו בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי. כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. And if you feel it's right for you, we'll stand up and turn to the to the door. Boi v'shalom, atzeret bala, gam v'simcha, uhu v'sol hatoch emune, am segula. Boi chala, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Please be seated. No. Did you see anything come through the door? Oh, next time better. Connie. She's the Shabbat bride today. We turn to page 124 for Psalm 92. There's a special psalm for Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot laAdonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, lehagid baboker chastecha, ve'emunatecha balelot, ale asor be'aleina ve'ale higayon bechino. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך רנן, מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. We turn to page 127 and we turn to the Baruch Hu. And here, once again, the traditions differ. For liberals who do what you're used to, for the reform we stand and face the ark and we bow. But this is very much choose your Jewish life, as it says on our strapline. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Please be seated. Now let us read together in English. Blessed are you, our God and Creator, Sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening twilight, who opens the gates of dawn with wisdom, and with foresight makes times pass and seasons change. Your plan sets the stars in their courses in the sky, creating day and night, turning light into darkness and darkness into light. You make the day fade away and bring on the night, separating day and night. You are the ruler of the hosts of heaven. Blessed are you, God, who brings on the evening twilight. Ahabat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha hafta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu, uvkumenu nasiach b'chokecha, v'nismach v'na'aloz b'divrei toratecha, u'mitzvotecha v'chukotecha le'olam ba'ed, כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב את עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך, בכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשתם לאורות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. We take our time to read the second and third paragraph of the Shema on pages 132 and 134, or you can use it for your own thoughts. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. העושה גדולות עד אין חקר, ונפלאות עד אין מספר. בראו וענף גבורתו, שבחו והודו לשמו, ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם. משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך אדוני אלוהינו, ראו בניך על הים. יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Let us read together. source of our life and our sovereign, cause us to lie down in peace and rise again to enjoy life. Spread over us the covering of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Be a shield about us, turning away every enemy, disease, violence, hunger, and sorrow. Remove the temptation that awaits us and the guilt that lies behind us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are a God who guards and protects us, a ruler of mercy and compassion. Guard us when we go out and when we come in, to enjoy life and peace both now and forever, and spread over us the shelter of your peace. Blessed are you, God, spreading the shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over all the world. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Now we turn to page 140, and we stand for the Amidah, the standing prayer. So, normally I stand with my back to it, but once again, I know we are a mixed company, so I'll be facing you. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'Elohei imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Rivka, ve'Elohei Yaakov, ve'Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, האל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, קונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גואל לפני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, פוקד שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומציל אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנת לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. And on the next page, אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, קדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You make the seventh day holy to your name as the end of the creation of heaven and earth. You blessed it above all other days and made it holier above all other times. And so it is written in your Torah, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, לקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצנה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, שים חלקנו בתורתך, שבנו מטובך, שמח נפשנו ישועתך, ותאר ליבנו לעובדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו, באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בה כל ישראל מקדשי שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Let us read together. Our living God, be pleased with your people Israel and listen to their prayers. In your great mercy, delight in us so that your presence may rest upon Zion. Our eyes look forward to your return to Zion in mercy. Blessed are you, God, ever restoring your presence to Zion. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו לעולם ועד. צורנו צור חיינו ומגן ישנו, אתה הוא לדור לדור. נודה לך נספר תהילתך, על חיינו המסורים בידיך, ועל נשמותינו הפקודות לך, ועל ניסיך שבכל יום עמנו, ועל נפלאותיך וטובותיך שבכל עת ערב ובוקר וצהריים. הטוב כי לא כלו רחמך, המרחם כי לא תמו חסדיך, כי מעולם קיווינו לך. ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם ויתנשא, תמיד שמך מלכנו לעולם ועד. בכל החיים יודוך סלה, והללו וברכו את שמך הגדול באמת, האל ישועתנו ועזרתנו סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום, וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני, המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. And we read the meditation in silence, and then we all come together for say shalom. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל העולם. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. Now please be seated, and it's a tradition in Mosaic Reform that when there's a bar mitzvah, we have family member doing the Dvar Torah. And so it's my great pleasure to ask Louise to give us the Dvar Torah tonight.
Hadn't really prepared an introduction, but Charlie's bar mitzvah tomorrow. As parents to children with additional needs, shall we say, the thing that we've been most keen on as parents is to teach them kindness. Doesn't matter what your exam results are, it doesn't matter anything else as long as you're kind. So I found this story in a special needs parenting magazine that kind of summed up what I thought. A farmer had some puppies he needed to sell. He painted a sign advertising the pups and set about nailing it to a post on the edge of his yard. As he was driving the last nail into the post, he felt a tug on his overalls. He looked down into the eyes of a little boy. "Mister," he said, "I want to buy one of your puppies." "Well," said the farmer, as he rubbed the sweat at the back of his neck, "these puppies come from fine parents and cost a good deal of money." The boy dropped his head for a moment, then reaching deep into his pocket, he pulled out a handful of change and held it up to the farmer. "I've got 89 cents, is that enough at least to take a look?" "Sure," said the farmer, and with that he let out a whistle. "Here, Dolly," he called. Out from the doghouse and down the ramp ran Dolly, followed by 4 little balls of fur. I must point out as well, I chose this because Charlie loves dogs. The little boy pressed his face against the chain-link fence. His eyes danced with delight. As the dogs made their way to the fence, the little boy noticed something else stirring inside the doghouse. Slowly, another little ball of fur appeared. This one noticeably smaller. Down the ramp it slid. Then the little pup began awkwardly wobbling towards the others, doing its best to catch up. "I want that one," the little boy said quickly, pointing to the runt. The farmer knelt down at the boy's side and said, "Son, you don't want that puppy. He will never be able to run and play with you like these other dogs would." With that, the little boy stepped back from the fence, reached down, and began rolling up one leg of his trousers. In doing so, he revealed a steel brace running down both sides of his leg, attaching itself to a specially made shoe. Looking back up at the farmer, he said, "You see, sir, I don't run too well myself, and he will need someone who understands that." With tears in his eyes, the farmer reached down and picked up the little pup. Holding it carefully, he handed it to the little boy. "How much?" asked the little boy. "No charge," answered the farmer. "There's no charge for love and understanding." Like that special puppy, the world is full of people who need someone who understands. Amen.
Really, really beautiful story. And I think somehow that links in to this parasha as well, because Abraham was special. That's why God chose him. And the reason why he was special, we don't see that at the very beginning of the story. And people do wonder, why did God say, go and do what you need to do? We see that only later in the story, when Abraham stands up for the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, which God says God's going to destroy because people are so evil. And Abraham says, well, but surely you're a good God. You can't do that, because what if there are nice people in there? You can't destroy the good ones with the bad ones. And God said, okay, well, and he says, well, what if there's 50 good people? You can't kill them. So God, well, if there's 50, and I won't do it. And then Abraham said, yeah, but what if there's 45, And he goes down and down until only the amount of people that are in Lot's household. And then he realizes, well, there aren't any good people, and he can't push any further. And so, yes, he was a good person. He was a kind person. He thought of other people, not just himself. And that sense of kindness, that's the best gift that you can give. And I know that you have that in you too, Charlie. So there you grow up. I know you'll be, well, today it starts, tonight it starts. You're an adult, but may you grow up to be a really, really kind, considerate human being. We call that a mensch. Be a mensch. We stand up now as we turn to page 310. And Tony, because Tony is, your grandpa is also bar mitzvah, he'll do his second bar mitzvah. So Tony, can I ask you to open, if we don't want to put that light, to open the curtain. And we stand up once more for Alain. Can you find it? Yes. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוצר שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. On page 313 we continue together. Therefore, Almighty God, we put our hope in you. Soon let us witness the glory of your power, when the worship of material things shall pass away from the earth, and prejudice and superstition shall at last be cut off, when the world will be set right by the rule of God, and all humanity shall speak out in your name, and all the wicked of the earth shall turn to you. Then all who inhabit this world shall meet in understanding, and shall know that we are all partners in the repairing of your world. For yours alone is the true kingdom, and only the glory of your rule endures forever. So it is written in your Torah, the Eternal shall rule forever and ever. So it is prophesied, the Eternal shall be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, the Eternal shall be one and known as one. And as the ark curtain is closed, we turn to page 315. The souls of the righteous are in the hands of God, and no harm shall come to them. God, source of compassion, you give life, in which joys and sorrows are mingled, and send death with its promise of eternal peace. We mourn this week the death of Ivan Beckman, Ilan ben Shmuel, husband of Judy and father of Ruti, Rachel, and Mickey. May you comfort his family and all who mourn for him. May God, who is full of compassion, whose presence is over us, cover him in the shelter of your wings forever, and bind his soul into the gathering of life. We remember at this time all those who once shared with us the joys and challenges of life, but who are with us no longer. May their souls shine like the brightness of the heavens. We thank you for all you gave them during their lives. We think especially of those who died at this time in years past. In Mosaic Reform, we remember Anthony Goldsmith, father of Robin Goldsmith, Florrie Todis, mother of Shirley Alpert, Marie Grossman, mother of Cindy Watman, and Phyllis Miller, mother of Gary Miller. In the Mosaic Liberal, we remember Karen Brown, wife of Daniel Brown, Jack Fryman, father of Francis Spiegel and grandfather of Sarah Spiegel, Coralie Eileen Green, mother of Sheldon Green, Max Grimgolds, grandfather of Stephen Sanderson and of Wendy O'Donnell, and great-grandfather of Hannah Sanderson and Miriam Sanderson, and Morris Levin, husband of Millicent Levin. Zichronam livracha. May the memory of their love and guidance be a source of enduring blessing. In loving memory, we sanctify your name, and we say, יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחיי איכון וביום איכון, בחיי כל בית ישראל, בעגלה וזמן קריב ואמרו. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי די קודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה די אמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל העולם ואמרו אמן. So we come now to announcements, and please be seated. And I'm looking at Stefan because he's got it all at his fingertips, literally.
I have it at my fingertips. I won't share it because, well, first of all, I'd like to thank Rabbi Kathleen for leading the service tonight. To Robin, on behalf of all of us, we wish you long life, free from further sorrow. And of course, to Charlie, Mazel Tov on your bar mitzvah. I'm sure you're going to be absolutely brilliant tomorrow. Tomorrow, Reform service starts at 10:30. Liberal service starts at 10:45. Both services will also be on Zoom. Now, there's plenty happening during the week. I'd leave you to look at the website and see what's going on. A couple of things I would bring to your attention. First of all, on Sunday, there's a wreath laying ceremony as part of the Remembrance Weekend. That's on Sunday in Pinner. Details on the website. As I said, there is plenty going on during the week. Just a reminder for next Friday, slight change in the way we do things. Normally we have a joint service. Next Friday, there are separate Liberal and Reform services. So next Friday evening, there'll be a Liberal service on Zoom led by Gwendolyn Burton, and there'll be an in-person and Zoom service for Mosaic Reform, obviously from the synagogue and Zoom. Look out at the announcement sheets. All the links and details will be there that will come out on Thursday. And with that, I will hand back to Rabbi Kathleen for either Yigdal or Adon Olam.
Thank you. Thank you, Stefan. Now, yes, I usually ask the bar mitzvah what he wants, Adon Olam or Yigdal. And his mum can't tell him. Adon Olam? Okay, Adon Olam it is, on page 320. So... אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא אדון עולם לעת נשא כחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא כחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא אדון עולם, והוא היה, והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם, אשר מלך. בטרם כל יציר נברא להתנשא כחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה אדון עולם בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמזרע אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא להתנשא כחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי ביום צרה אדון עולם והוא ניסי ומנוסי מנת כוסי ביום מכה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא בידו אף כי דרוכי ותישן בעיר אדון עולם ואם רוחי כבייתי אדון עלי ולא ירא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא כחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא. Now may I ask you to stand one last time as we close the ark doors, but before that we have the final blessing. Now we have the tradition with these big ark doors was always we ask the children to help. And well, Charlie, this is your last chance really to do that, to help, because tomorrow you're a proper adult. So, Yevarachenu Adonai v'yishmerenu, Yair Adonai panav eleinu v'chunenu, Yisa Adonai panav eleinu v'yasem lanu shalom. May God bless us and keep us. May God's face shine upon us and be gracious to us. May God's face turn towards us and give us and also everybody on Zoom, the whole world, peace. Shall we close the doors? Amen. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov. Shabbat shalom.
Such a good
Shabbat shalom. And Stefan, will you do kiddush with us?
I will do Kiddush on Zoom in a moment, yes.
Yes, on Zoom. Okay, yeah,
Okay,
we
no
will
problem.
be outside for Kiddush in the hall. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Sort it out for moment.
See you.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Right, everybody on Zoom, on here, we do Kiddush.
Yes.
Just opened their blood donor centre. So
Right, well, Shabbat shalom, everybody. If you give me a couple of minutes, because I wasn't quite prepared for that, so I'm going to go downstairs and get some wine in a second. I will be right back. So just bear with me a couple of seconds while I sort things out, and then we'll do Kiddush. Get that right. Back in a second. I thought there might have been a warden on duty tonight, but obviously not. Let me just stop the live stream a second. Live